configured the most advanced AI models to create a debate between Andrew Tate and Friedrich Nietzsche. What does it mean to be a great man in the modern world?
A great man in the modern world, that's me, the top G.
In my world, I'm the hero, right? I'm the head of the clan. Not just my family, but of a lot of people. A lot of people rely on me. Lots of women rely on me, children rely on me, etc.
I'm a billionaire, stacking millions every week. Bugattis, empires, jacked, dangerous, 6'3".
I have every car on this planet. I have 40 supercars.
Ready to die fighting. I got double-digit kids from multiple beautiful women who obey me. I provide everything. They give me heirs, no marriage, no drama.
In my life, I'm in charge of everything. I know exactly how everything works, and I'm the boss, and I get to control absolutely everything.
I escaped the matrix, speak raw truth, zero simping. Most men are broke.
When I talk about men specifically, I gender this because I'm a man. I don't know how it feels to be a woman.
Soft slaves listening to females, heading to extinction. I dominate my world completely. Generational run.
You count your Bugattis, you count your women, you count your millions. Tell me, who told you what to count? A slave measures himself by his master's coins. You call yourself free, yet every proof of your greatness is borrowed from the world you claim to reject.
I know what you're saying.
The Matrix gave you the scorecard, and you play by it perfectly. You have conquered nothing but things outside you. The hardest war, the one with yourself, you have not even begun.
You talk big about conquering, but what did you conquer? Poverty, weak body, no women, nothing. I was broke once. I fought. I built an empire. I got jacked. I escaped the matrix. That's real self-overcoming.
I refuse to be a broken man. It's disrespectful to everybody who ever died or tried hard for me to be raised, for me to emerge from this difficulty as a broken person.
Turning a weak boy into a dangerous man who runs the world.
I think that there's a lot of people who find me threatening, not because of necessarily what I say, but just how sure I am in my convictions and the way I present myself and in my monumental success. They find that overall threatening. The same way a rabbit will find a tiger threatening. It doesn't know why, it's just like, it just wants to run away from it.
I create wealth and power from zero. You couldn't even create health for yourself. Conquer the need to conquer? Nah, I enjoy it. That's what real men do.
If I can't stop him from punching me, and I'll do my best, but if I can't, then surely you should learn to enjoy it, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. Although I am facing very serious charges, and although they are trying to destroy my life, and although I cannot sleep the same, and although they're out to get me, and although I've suffered, part of me is excited.
Your philosophy is slave cope for failures who can't win. I mastered inside first, then I took everything outside. You just lost to life.
I do not dismiss your rise. A man who builds himself from nothing shows will.
Oh, absolutely.
This I respect. But you became exactly what the system rewards. Money, muscles, status. These are the Matrix's prizes, not your escape from it. You are a perfect slave, one who thinks his chains are crowns. I died poor, yes, but I never once asked the herd what I should become. Can you say the same?
Wrong. The Matrix wants men weak, broke, obeying women, working dead-end jobs, paying taxes forever, no kids, depressed. I did the exact opposite. That's why they raided my house, tried to lock me up because I escaped and exposed them.
They're trying to hurt me because of the things I have and what I can do.
I threatened the system. You never did.
You built yourself into a dangerous man. Good. But the Übermensch needs no Bugattis as witnesses, no women as trophies, no followers as mirrors. His greatness requires no proof. You perform strength for the world, but the free man needs no audience.
Oh, absolutely. I think the only thing better than having everything you want is not wanting anything. Most people want a supercar. I have 40. But there's that unique 0.1% of people who genuinely don't want one. And I think that's more freeing than having everything you want.
What makes a belief worth holding?
A belief worth holding? Not one that is true, one that makes you stronger. The weak man needs beliefs like he needs a crutch. He seeks certainty because he cannot stand alone. He calls his comfort truth. The strong spirit holds beliefs loosely. He can dance at the edge of the abyss without grabbing for something solid.
You got it right. Beliefs got to make you stronger. Not true. I only install beliefs that turn me into a monster.
Anything that's inside of your mind which doesn't allow you to be competitive should be erased.
Truth that weakens you, Trash it.
What's useful is more important than what's true. When I say I don't believe in depression, nobody can convince me to believe in depression. That's not a matter of discussing whether depression's real or not. That's a matter of me accepting that my mental model for going through life is more effective if I don't believe I can become a depressed person. Yeah. It's not a matter of sitting there going, well, maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. I don't believe in it, so I can't catch it.
Interesting. The man who must install a belief that he is unstoppable. Why does he need it installed?
What I have done, and what I think most people do not do, is heavily analyze why I hold the beliefs I hold, why they help me. If I don't hold the belief personally, or if I didn't learn it from personal experience, I know where it came from, who tried to teach me that, whether their intentions for me were good or bad. And I've tried very hard to have my mindset rigidly analyzed and make sure that I do not believe in things that take away power from me.
Because the Matrix programs everyone from birth to be weak. School, media, society, they install loser software. Doubt, fear, excuses, be realistic. That code makes you lose before you start. I deleted all that garbage and installed my own. I am unstoppable. I always win. I am the top G. That belief runs my mind like a supercomputer.
He who defines himself against his enemy still belongs to his enemy. You are the Matrix in reverse, its shadow, its slave in rebellion. When will you create from nothing, not from opposition?
The Matrix isn't some idea I invented to rebel. It's real, attacking every man alive, programming you to stay broke, weak, obedient. I create billions, heirs, independent empires by destroying its hold on me. You created philosophy in a vacuum and died with nothing. I create reality, daily, top G.
You speak much of what you destroy, little of what you create.
What role should religion play in a man's life?
Religion, Islam, should be the core of a man's life. It's your foundation, discipline, strength, peace in war. I pray 5 times a day, thank Allah for my wins, my kids, my survival. Converting made me unbreakable. They jailed me, attacked me.
Campaigns. I don't think anybody's been attacked by the media in the last 2 years harder than me.
But faith kept me calm and dangerous. Top G with divine backing.
You say faith made you unbreakable. So without Allah, you would break, huh?
Nah, I was already unbreakable, world champion, billionaire. Escaped the Matrix long before Islam. Allah upgraded me, gave me peace inside Romanian hellhole, made me calm while they attacked.
You know, it's easy to fly around on private jets and stay in 5-star hotels with a bunch of beautiful women and drive Bugattis around. Cool. But where's the point where I get to actually prove I mean every word I say?
Right.
So God gave it to me. So yes, thank you.
Without him, I'd still dominate outside. But inside, no true peace. Faith completes the warrior. You rejected God and went insane. I submit and win forever.
You submit and call it strength. The warrior who needs to kneel to find peace is not yet at war with the right enemy. My madness is my own. Your peace is borrowed.
Kneeling to Allah 5 times a day makes me stronger than any man who stands alone. You fought nothing but yourself and went mad. I submit to the real boss, and he gives me unbreakable peace, wins, protection. My peace ain't borrowed, it's gifted.
You were strong enough to conquer the world outside, but not strong enough to face the chaos inside, alone. So you knelt. You traded your sovereignty for peace. I do not despise religion. It served humanity when men could not yet bear their own freedom. But the highest man outgrows it. He becomes his own lawgiver. You still need a father in the sky.
What is depression and where does it come from?
When a man sits and says to me he's broken or he's depressed or he's sad, etc., that's selfishness. You have shit to do.
Depression ain't real. It's a trap label for weak men who want an excuse. It's just extreme sadness from living like a loser. No money, no discipline, no gym, no purpose, no wins. Your mind screams, fix your shit, but slaves call it depression and give up.
I didn't have time to be depressed or sad. I had things to do. Top G's kids can't eat. Top G's women can't pay the bills. Top G's business is over. No, I had to fix all of it.
Society pushes this garbage to keep you broke and obedient. I never felt it. Not once. Because I refused to believe in it. I turned sadness into fuel and dominate. Reject the label. Train hard. Stack money. Win. That's how you kill it forever.
I will never adopt the thinking of somebody who is sad, and I will never adopt the thinking of somebody who is less competitive than I am or less successful than I am. Depression's ruined my life, it's super real, and I lost my wife and my life is over and I want to kill myself, it's real. I'm like, surely you should like my worldview. If depression's so terrible and it's destroyed your entire existence, you should be listening to me tell you it's not real.
You are half right. Yes, much of what they call depression is weakness dressed in medical language, men seeking pity instead of purpose.
Oh, absolutely.
But you think money and muscle cure the soul. They don't. I have seen strong men, rich men, conquerors, hollow inside, winning everything, affirming nothing. Depression is not sadness from losing. It is life that has forgotten how to say yes to itself. No gym fixes that. No empire fills that void. You treat symptoms. The sickness is deeper.
You're wrong. I have money, muscle, empires, heirs, danger, wins every day, and zero void. I'm fulfilled completely. The hollow conquerors you saw weren't real conquerors. They half-assed it, listened to weakness somewhere. Real depression doesn't exist for men who refuse it. That deeper sickness is just slave morality, accepting unhappiness as permanent instead of fixing your life. Gym, money, discipline, purpose. That's the cure. It works. I'm proof. You said no to life and went mad. I say yes every second and dominate. Top G.
You have not said yes to life. You have said yes to winning. A man who must dominate every second is not free. He is running.
What do you exactly mean by the Matrix? How do you define it?
We talk about the Matrix and I talk about it and people, of course we compare it to the movie. But at the end of the day, there are people moving parts in all of this. There's a prosecutor, there's a judge, there's a lawyer, whatever. Someone is sitting in an office who gets a piece of paper saying, destroy Andrew Tate. And that person looks at my life and compares it to theirs and they feel resentful. And then they go, okay, let me use every power I have to try and destroy this man.
The Matrix is the system that owns you. Banks, governments, media, big tech, they all work together to keep you broke, weak, obedient, and distracted. They program you from school, get a job, pay taxes forever, consume junk, worship celebrities, hate strong men, chase women who disrespect you. If you wake up, get rich, speak truth, get dangerous, they attack you hard. They did it to me, but I escaped.
Every day, there is something in the media trying to paint me as a bad person.
99% of men are still plugged in, living as slaves. Wake up or stay their puppet.
You see puppet masters. That is comforting. The truth is worse. There is no one pulling the strings. You want there to be bankers and elites controlling everything. That gives you someone to fight, a war to win. But the herd needs no master. It polices itself. Every man watches his neighbor and calls it morality. Every man shrinks himself and calls it humility. Men who have forgotten they are actors playing roles written by no one. You escaped one cage, but you entered a world where men no longer even know what greatness looks like. They do not fight it. They simply cannot see it. That is the true Matrix. Not a prison with guards. A fog where no one remembers the sun.
You're overcomplicating it. Yes, the sheep police each other. I've said this. Broke people will attack you for trying to get rich. Weak men will call you toxic for being strong. The slaves defend the plantation. But someone built the plantation. Someone owns the media. Someone decides what gets taught in schools. Someone banned me from every platform on the same day.
I think that there is an evil force in the world which is extremely deceptive, and they are out to try and silence me, not because what I say is wrong. It's in fact because what I say is right.
The herd is stupid. But stupid people don't coordinate. They're programmed, and programming requires a programmer. You think there's no architect? Look at who benefits. Follow the money. There's always someone at the top.
Perhaps there are men who benefit, but even they did not design it. They inherited a sickness and learned to profit from it. The priest did not invent guilt. He simply learned to sell the cure. You want an enemy with a face. I am telling you, the disease has no author. It grew, and even those at the top are infected.
I don't care if they designed it or caught it like a virus. If a man holds the keys to my cage, I don't need his family history. I need to break his grip. You philosophers love to sit and wonder where the fire came from. I'm trying to put it out.
Then fight! I do not stop you, but the cage taught you what to want before you broke out? Money, fame, dominance. You did not choose these. You inherited them. The free man does not just escape. He asks, why do I want what I want?
Money is freedom, fame is influence, dominance is safety. These aren't programmed desires. These are survival. Every man since the caveman wanted resources and status because without them, you die.
Yes, the will to power is life itself. Every creature reaches for more. The philosophers who called this drive evil were themselves sick. They could not climb, so they made climbing a sin. On this point, we do not disagree.
Exactly, man! Suffering is mandatory.
I think that life is suffering and pain, and you're here to go through it, and the sooner you get used to the taste, the more successful you're going to be. I have no interest in trying to change the flavor, my friend. The flavor of life is pain, and I will eat all of it.
Easy life makes soft, weak slaves who break at the first problem. Real hardship, pain, jail, attacks, grinding brutal, forges unbreakable monsters. Embrace suffering or stay average forever. That's how you climb.
How should a man deal with his emotions and inner struggles?
The weak man sits in his pain. He makes a virtue of suffering, begs for pity, confesses his darkness to strangers. This is decay dressed as honesty. The Stoic freezes himself. He calls numbness strength. But a corpse also feels nothing. I teach neither. The passions are not enemies to master. They are wild horses. The weak man is trampled. The monk kills the horses and walks. The higher man rides. Rage, grief, chaos, these are not problems to solve. They are raw material. The artist does not eliminate his demons, he puts them to work. He does not share pain to be comforted. He shapes it until it creates.
Because I put no importance on emotion, and when I say that, I try and make people understand that when I say no importance, it doesn't affect how I act, so I don't see the point in talking about it, or I don't see the point in even acknowledging it, because it doesn't affect what I'm going to do for the day, so who cares, right? It doesn't matter if it's sunny or raining. If you're going to go to work, you're going to go to work, so why talk about the weather? So I don't put any importance on emotion, but I would actually call myself one of the happiest people on earth, not because I'm particularly happy, but because I'm just never sad. So if it's never dark, it must be light.
No crying to women, no therapy, no posting your darkness online for pity. That's weak slave shit.
I don't ever believe in moping or feeling sad.
I turn every inner struggle into fuel. Hit the gym harder, stack more money, pray to Allah. Stay ice cold outside, burn hot inside to dominate.
I could feel sad for the rest of my life, and I guarantee, one, nobody would know, and two, I would be monumentally successful regardless.
You share pain, you lose power. I master mine alone and win forever.
We agree more than I expected. No pity, no confession. Pain as fuel. Good. But you say ice cold outside, burn hot inside. This is still hiding, still division. You perform calm, while the fire stays caged. The Dionysian man does not hide his fire. He becomes it. You master your pain alone, yes. Then hand it to Allah. I say, carry it alone to the end. No comfort, no surrender. Only you and the abyss and what you create from it.
The water behind the dam, it can be destructive, but if it's pushing through the turbine, it powers the town, right? So if I wake up and I go, I want more money, if I can get pissed off enough about it, I can do 36-hour workdays.
How should a man live so that he could will his life to repeat eternally?
Stack billions, build unbreakable empires, breed double-digit sons with loyal, beautiful women, escape the matrix completely, speak raw truth, train like a monster, submit to Allah. I'd will this life to repeat eternally in a heartbeat. I'd beg for it. I live the life men dream to repeat forever.
You would repeat your victories? A dog would repeat eating meat. The question is not would you relive your triumphs, but would you will the return of your worst hour, not as a price paid, but for its own sake. The Romanian cell, the humiliation before you were anyone, the tedium of an afternoon where nothing happened. All of it, again, eternally. Amor fati means wanting nothing different, not bearing necessity, loving it. Can you bless your weakest moment? If not, you are still bargaining with existence.
Even in jail, I had moments of presence, and I looked around and goes, this is not nearly as bad as like the media is saying it is, and the women on the phone are crying, and everyone's panicking. You know what? I'm not in a trench. I'm not in a car crash.
Yeah.
It's fine. Cup of tea. It's fine.